This is the news from Trekzone.
Welcome to the news, your bite-sized podcast, catching you up on the latest science fiction production info. A massive weekend in San Diego. Let's wrap it all up in a special edition. Paramount Plus today announced Lower Decks and Strange New Worlds will cross over in the second season of the Anson Mount-led series. Mount revealed the news when Lower Decks stars Tawny Newsome and Jack Quaid crashed his portion of the Star Trek Universe panel at San Diego Comic-Con over the weekend. While we don't yet know where the episode will be placed in the second season, we also don't know when we'll get to enjoy the season as a whole just yet. The big news for Season 3 of Picard is the return of our ensemble TNG cast, and at Comic-Con, Alex Kurtzman said that after 2 seasons of Picard, the show had earned the return of the crew, and said the team's goal was to honour the legacy of these extraordinary characters. Trek Movie reports that one of the biggest reveals from the panel came from a simple question from moderator and Picard director Leah Thompson, asking Patrick Stewart if he ever gets to sit in the captain's chair in Season 3. Stewart revealed this is a complicated question because there appears to be multiple ships with multiple chairs to choose from. There's hints to a conflict between Picard and Crusher. Brent Spiner will play a new old villain. Seven and Raffi will be there too. It's going to be an exciting time ahead. We're not just about Star Trek here at Trekzone. Let's cover a couple of the other big fan bases. Marvel was at San Diego Comic-Con too, with trailers for Black Panther's sequel Wakanda Forever, Disney Plus series She-Hulk and I Am Groot, which will be a series of shorts for the streamer. The current tranche of films and TV shows is known as Phase 4, and Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige confirmed it'll end with Wakanda Forever on the 11th of November. Next in the box office line after that will be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, the final installment of the space saga, set for release on the 5th of May next year. Director James Gunn got teary as he recalled pitching the franchise a decade ago this week in North Carolina, where Iron Man 3 was being filmed. The gallop through Phase 5 continues with the Marvels, in which Captain Marvel joins forces with Miss Marvel and Spectrum, aka Monica Rambeau. And it'll conclude in July 2024 with Thunderbolts, but there was no team to reveal today, so fans will have to wait a little while longer to learn who's in that one. Star Wars, another series that we catch up on here at Trekzone. It released figures, Hasbro released the figures for Star Wars on the weekend, and while some of them are callbacks to classic characters and newish series like The Mandalorian, some of them were from Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Let's focus on that for this tidbit of news. The sequel to Jedi Fallen Order, Survivor, will feature Cal Kestis once again. The protagonist sports a lightsaber alongside BD-1, but the Jedi character also has a blaster holstered at his hip. Now, while Cal took plenty of shots from enemies in the first game, he didn't actually use a blaster himself. Unless this is just a stylistic choice to give Cal and to round out the Star Wars look, this prop accompanying the figure may suggest that we'll see Cal using blasters himself in Survivor, which would mean we'd see shooting mechanics implemented for the first time. Comicbook.com says Star Wars Jedi Survivor doesn't have a release date yet, even though some leaks may have pointed to one possibility. Well, it's now been 5 months since Paramount dramatically announced they were moving forward with a 4th film set in the Kelvin universe, which turned out to be a bit of a surprise to the cast, as Trek Movie reports. Since that announcement, the crew has continually spoken about how they are excited to get back together, but some have expressed skepticism about being able to get it done in time for the December 2023 date scheduled by Paramount. The latest update arrived during Comic-Con from star Chris Pine, who said that he hasn't heard anything other than the announcement, and when Deadline Hollywood asked if he was interested in returning to play Captain Kirk, Pine was positive. Earlier in the year, the Kirk actor did reveal that he has met with Matt Shakman, whom producer J.J. Abrams tapped to helm the Star Trek 4 film. He also said that he has talked to executives at Paramount about setting reasonable expectations, extolling them not to shoot for Marvel-level billion-dollar box office success. Now, I know I said we're back to podcasting 5 days a week a few weeks ago. That didn't quite pan out, but now we're getting ahead of the schedule once again and have goodies to come. Members will know more when they're released. But I can say Gary Davis and Randy Wren are dropping by to chat about their new series, Project Runabout. The Outpost gang will be here to chat about their long-running fan audio series, and I'll start my playthrough of Bridge Commander. Plus, That Time When returns, where I'll continue to take you through the archive and catch you up on podcasts you might have missed or you should catch again. Here in the Trekzone house, we have wrapped up the 11 seasons of The X-Files and now move on to Babylon 5 from the beginning. It'll be my third time through, but it's always an awesome series to catch up on, one that paved the way for series to come. A Trekzone membership costs less than a cup of coffee a month. It's available via the join button under below on YouTube. For our podcast listeners to jump onto the trek.zone/support. Supporting me grow this channel gets you first play access and behind the scenes goss. Do it today and have my eternal gratitude. I am Matt Miller for Trekzone. I'll see you in the comments.